Hi friends, welcome to our channel. In the previous session, we had discussed how to convert the regular grammar into finite automata. Then example. In this session, we will discuss one more example. But the difference between those two are the previous example, the given grammar does not contain any null production. But here the grammar contains null production. So what is the first step if you want to convert a regular grammar into finite automata? The first step is you have to convert the given grammar into epsilon free regular grammar. Okay, that means what is an epsilon free regular grammar? The right hand side, that is any non-production non-terminal, does not contain an epsilon production. That is every production, each and every production does not contain null production. Remember, except for the start state, except for the start symbol. The start symbol may contain epsilon production, but if the start symbol contain epsilon production, in that case, no production does not contain S on the right hand side. You got my point? If S contain epsilon production, but there is no S on the right hand side to any production. Okay, we already discussed how to convert the grammar with epsilon into without epsilon. So briefly, I will explain. See this one. First, I will write down all non-epsilon productions. S tends to AA, and BB. A tends to AA, AS. B tends to CS. These are the non-terminal productions without null. That is without epsilon. What are the epsilon productions we have? We have S tends to epsilon and B tends to epsilon. The procedure is very simple. In all the productions where S appear, S is replaced with epsilon and we are getting some output that is appended to the production. Similarly, where B appears, B is replaced with epsilon, we are getting some output that is appended to the particular production. See this one. In this A, B, here B occurs. So if B is replaced with epsilon, now what is the production? Simply B. So B is added. In this, S tends to AA or AS. If S is replaced with epsilon, we have A. B tends to CS. If S is replaced with epsilon, C. Observe, now the B tends to epsilon is completed. That is, all the B's are replaced. But coming to, we have the production S tends to epsilon is also present. Now what to do? S tends to epsilon, that is the start symbol may contain epsilon, but observe this production. The right hand side, it contains capital S. It also contains S. So this is not possible. That is the reason we are adding one more symbol S1 as the start symbol. The S1 start symbol contain all the productions of S. A tends to A, B, along with epsilon. Now check. S1 is not present on the right hand side to any production. That is possible. You got it? Epsilon free or regular grammar is the start symbol may contain epsilon, but the start symbol does not present on the right hand side. That is the reason I am changing my start symbol from S to S1. S1 contains all the productions of S along with epsilon. Now, convert this grammar into a finite automata. Procedure is very simple. What are the states we have? S1, S1, A, S, B. These are the symbols, that is the non-terminals. S1, S, A, B. The non-terminals becomes the states in the finite automata. And remember, along with, we will consider one more state that is assumed as the final state. Assume C is the final state. What is the starting state? S1 is the starting state. Now, S1 tends to A. So if we have only terminal means it will reach to the final state. Then what is the final state in this expression, in this finite automata? The production that contain epsilon is the starting state. So here S1 tends to epsilon, sorry, is the final state. S1 tends to epsilon is present. Then S1 becomes the final state. The final state is double circle. See this one now? Now the concept is very simple. First, S1 tends to S1 tends to, suppose first I will write this one. This is very simple. S1 tends to A, that is reach to the final state. S1 on A moves to A. I think everyone know this procedure. On small a moves to capital A. S1 on small b moves to capital B. S1 on small b move to the final state. S1 on small b move to the final state. But observe carefully. Here, this is not correct. Actually, why? Here, S1 tends to epsilon. This is the final state. And S1 tends to A. That means each and every finite automata, we have to create a new final state. We have to create a new final state. So, these two are copied into, that is S1 tends to A is moved to this new final state. Similarly, S1 tends to B is also moved to the new final state. You got it? Only S1 tends to epsilon, that is another final state. Similarly, S tends to A. S tends to A, it is also goes to C. S tends to B. Now, S tends to with the small a, small b. A production, A tends to AA, that is the self loop. A tends to AS. A tends to small a. A tends to small a means move to the final state C. Similarly, B tends to CS. So B tends to small c. B tends to C. So this is a capital C. This is capital C. This is the final state. C belongs to F. F is the final state. This is the finite automata for the given grammar. Thank you.